Hello. We're
Hello.
advanced now. We have coffees as we walk. But that's how advanced we are.
Yeah, we're also out in the wind. It might get quite windy on the walk back, so apologies.
And
if
we've
that happens.
coordinated our diaries to actually meet up this week. So that's, I think, you know what, my weekly win is. That's what I'm proud of.
Yeah. When you say we've coordinated, I think you've managed to become slightly less hectic this week.
My life is getting together, I promise.
Yeah, it's not just like you've been avoiding me.
We've somehow got a ladies who lift time this week. Gone from Monday to Friday, but we'll work.
Yeah, we're getting there. So we're back. We're back for a rant and ramble. We've not got, I'm going to say we have got loads to talk about. Josie didn't think we had anything to talk about, but I think that Breege's question from last week, as ever, opens up so many possible topics that we could talk about. So we're definitely going to dive into that one. But yeah, anything you want to go with first? How has your week been, Josie? How has the transition been?
I love it. I actually wanted to say thank you for everybody who has came and travelled to the, apparently, according to one of my clients, the very, very far away land, which, can I just add, is a 15-minute drive. I texted Ben at 10 past saying I was on my way to meet at 1:30 and I still made it on time, so...
I mean, the coffee's still too hot to
yeah,
drink,
exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it really is not that far. Anyway, just to say that. But yeah, it's been really nice because we've totally changed up Ladies Who Lift from just following like a programme to almost winging it on the day, guys, if you kind of know what I mean. We're kind of just, whether you want a bit of cardio, whether you want a bit of strength, but honestly, everybody has gave us like 110% of each session, which is so nice because like it makes my job so much more fun as well because... apologies to any of you who are my weekly clients. So this could just get me cancelled. This is like sometimes everybody kind of has a little bit of a rant or isn't in the best of moods when they first come into the gym because some people see the gym as a chore. But when you then give such a good session, it makes my day feel so much better. Yeah. So no pressure to like be the best during the session, but
I get it all the time. All of my clients always turn up grumpy. Maybe it's just because they're just coming to see me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
True.
Yeah, no, it's a nice gym.
Yeah.
Nice gym. I saw for the first time yesterday. It's got some very, very nice bits of equipment in there.
It's very bougie.
Very nice bits.
Bougie.
So yeah, all good. Right. Well,
how's your week been?
How's my week been? Well,
no holidays. How sad.
No holidays.
Schools are back.
Back from 2 weeks holiday. I mean, I have had some great holidays. That's why. So the week when we did the step challenge, I think my maximum steps that I did in a day was about 3,500. There was good reason for that. I was basically on a yacht in the North Sea, sailing around, which was a whole lot of fun. Me and my son were going to go and do our RYA qualifications, but not a lot of steps were involved with that particular thing. So yeah, last week's just, kids back to school, trying to get the head back into the day job, this kind of stuff. And it's been busy, busy, but hopefully we're back there now. We probably better answer some questions, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Okay, so Breege's, have I still got it up?
Yeah, well, it was basically because she had a specific workout in her programme which had running in it.
Yeah, if you didn't know, she's a High Rocks girl.
So,
I have converted loads of these now. It was, if you swap a run out for a bike, how do you convert the time? For example, you know how long it will take you to do 600 metre running? What is the equivalent effort time length on bike upstairs? Yeah. So obviously the bikes at Snap, for any of you that do train at Snap, doesn't have a screen.
Yep.
The one downstairs does, but upstairs doesn't.
Do you know what I was really pleased with it? Because I actually saw Breege in the gym and she asked me the question and I asked her to drop it in the group chat as well. And I gave her an answer on the day. And then Josie, you dropped an answer into the group chat. And they were exactly the same.
Was it? Oh, skills. I was like a bit nervous to write it because I thought, what if I say something totally wrong? And if anybody who doesn't know me long time knows that Ben basically taught me how to be a PT. I did my apprenticeship. That I always get so nervous that you're going to be like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Not more than 50% of the time, Joe. Not more than 50% of the time. No, well, I think so, because there's a load of stuff that we can unpack here, as ever with this. But in the specifics, I think if it's going from a run to a bike, that's generally speaking a pretty good plan. Effectively, double the length of time that it would have taken, there or thereabouts. But there's so many kind of bits of nuance within that. So how can we go about being a bit more scientific? I think number one, this may be something that people are aware of because you may have seen it on like a treadmill screen or a bike screen or something like that. Something called METs, METS, which are metabolic equivalents. I did this as part of my PT 101 and I effectively ignored it because it was just huge tables. So effectively what you can do is you can equate effort levels. So say for example, if you walk in at 4 miles an hour for a certain distance, that is, I don't know how many it is, but we'll say that's, for want of argument, that is going to be 4 METs.
Yeah.
And then what you can say is that if you were to do a bike, you would need to cycle at such and such a speed for such and such a distance to also use 4 METs, 4 metabolic equivalents. Or if you're swimming, or if you're running, or if you're playing football, or if you're doing a million and one different things. So it's how you equate everything together. Now, I don't use them.
No.
At all.
Just for calories I use it for.
Yeah, they're just... I think there's a few reasons why. There's just huge tables of this information of trying to work out roughly what's what, and I can't be bothered looking that information.
We've got ChatGPT.
So I think number one, actually trying to just find the relevant information. It's going to take you an entire workout trying to get the data anyway to start off with, and then I think from there, when it comes to doing cardio or cardio specific stuff, quite a lot of it in terms of your energy output is down to your efficiency levels. So if like me, and Josie's going to laugh, if like me you do a lot of running, you get really good at running. I'm waiting for her to start laughing. She's desperately trying not to. We're going to turn around, it might get a little bit windy on our microphones, apologies guys. So if you do a lot of running, you get really efficient at running. Therefore, comparatively to somebody who isn't good at running, you burn less calories whilst running.
Yeah.
This is why ultimately we talk about chronic cardio and people doing loads and loads of cardio and getting less and less return in terms of calorie burn for your cardio because you get more efficient at that movement pattern and therefore burn off less calories for that. Yeah, so when it comes to trying to equate running to swimming, say, like you might be really, really good at running, terrible at swimming. So how do you then equate your run to your swim? If you're trying to say, well, I want to put the same sort of effort level in. So I basically come down to, this is probably the answer I should have started with, how do you feel whilst you're training? And if you know in your workout, it should feel like a zone 2 or it should feel like a real high intensity level, whatever you swap it for, make it that hard. Yeah, so if you swap in from a bike to a run, from a run to a bike, and this is basically what I said to Briege, so you should know how you feel on that 600 metre run, was it? How hard you feel you are working on that. So only on the bike, make sure that you feel like that.
Yeah.
And you're working at the right intensity level.
Like,
and whether that's for a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, it doesn't really matter as long as the feeling is about the same.
So if I do an easy 8k run for me, so running at so my working, pace might be like 4:15. So my easy runs are like ridiculously more slow for me, by the way, it's like a 6. Yeah. So if I do an 8k for an easy run, it takes me about 45 minutes. However, I did exactly the same 45-minute zone 2 bike this morning, and in 45 minutes I got 35k. So on a bike. So it's kind of just showing that it is different, but as long as you're still working in the same power zone or heart rate zone. So, I always, for my zone 2 is like 115 or 130 my heart rate. So I would just say kind of listen to your heart rate and the feeling as well. It's a massive thing.
Yeah.
A little bit off topic, but on topic is same with the zone 2s. It's quite often like if you're somebody who wants to improve running and things, so that's why I give you bike as your zone 2 to learn have different styles of cross training in your programs. It's so your body gets used to different techniques within your training, essentially, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that gets into that kind of efficiency of output as well. Is you want to improve your cardio output, you improve that engine. So by doing stuff that you are inefficient at doing, or you do less of, so biking, for example, your engine becomes more efficient within that particular exercise pattern, shall we say. So yeah, I think hopefully that answers some of that question. But yeah, it's definitely one that we can...
Double time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the short answer of all of that.
Basically, just work really hard until you can't work as hard anymore and then stop. That's how...
And then just do what you normally do, but you just message me going, that was really hard. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think with some of this stuff as well, there's a lot of really good research about the different effort levels and how the body responds to those. And a lot of the evidence basically suggests that actually the harder you work for shorter intense bursts, you do get a huge benefit into your cardiovascular like recovery and output and all that kind of stuff anyway. So I always tend to go towards that higher intensity interval type of training rather than the opposite, which might be going for like a long slow duration run kind of thing.
Why don't we do that next week as a podcast, all the different zones? Because I don't want to do it now because I know me and Ben will fall out over it. We have done that multiple times. But it also gives us time to ask any questions on it. As some of you will see in your new programmes, everybody's got a little bit of different something, depending on what your goal is towards. But you've got like an extra cardio session a week, whether it's like a 45-minute on the bike, 45-minute run, depending on what I know you like to do. It might be 2 split Stairmaster like sessions. So it might be really useful for you to know when we write easy or zone or conversational, what that actually means.
Yep.
Or when you've got intervals, what intervals it is. That'll probably be really useful because it's not just for running. For everybody who's like, well, they just shut up about running. It's not always that. It can also be in your own training, you know. Yeah. Like, what's a deload week? Some of you have just had a deload week and you might be like, well, actually, what was that? And what was the point of it? So having maybe some different training zones.
I think that's a really good
topic.
Idea. Yeah, because it is really, really important stuff to kind of understand, because it then allows you to do that whole, which we talk about a lot as well, like kind of listen to your body.
On Sunday, like I did the Great North Run, and yesterday, not to flex, but I woke up and I was absolutely fine. You know, my body literally felt fine. I could have easily gone to the gym and trained. Would have been more practical if I could have actually for this week, but I knew for a fact if I'd gone in and done a session, my central nervous system's likely fried.
Yep.
So just because I physically felt fine, I could have started a session and it would have been absolutely pointless because my whole system would have gone into nervous and like, oh, we're about to go do another really long thing again, or react in a way. Because even when I did my session this morning, I actually didn't feel 100%. I could have done 2 days rest.
Yeah.
So don't... I know we always say listen to your body, but like also use the initiative, if that makes sense. Like understanding
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, I think it's because we as coaches, and particularly if we're not working with you like every single session, this is something I say to my clients all the time. Like, I don't actually know exactly how you feel right now.
Yeah,
I don't know what's hurting, or how hard you're breathing, or whether you feel like you're about to throw up, or whether this is the easiest thing that you've ever done in your life. I can gauge it a little bit. It's why we kind of chat on to people as coaches, because it's that conversational, and you know that somebody's not working hard enough. If somebody's unable to talk or have gone blue in the face, they're maybe working a little bit too hard, but we genuinely don't know. So for you guys to then be able to process this information yourselves, to know that you are working at the right intensity at the right time, is really, really important, because it's not, and I do take the piss sometimes. I'm like, just go hard all the time, just do really high intensity intervals, or don't bother. But it's definitely not the case. Having those, like Joe says, that recovery time, that ability to understand, it's like, actually, I do feel pretty good, but knowing that yesterday's workout actually absolutely blitz my CNS, my central nervous system, and actually I should probably take it easy today. So yeah, let's do that next week. So anything that people want to know on training intensity or on training intensity based on what we've just kind of skirted, get those questions in for us.
Yeah, we might do recovery the week after.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, I just kind of wanted to say that because I feel like some questions may come into recovery. That is a whole other ball game.
Yeah. We'll smash them in anyway, and then we can just park those into the week after. So yeah, cool. What's next? Well, we had a really nice comment from Helen.
Yeah, it's basically, we asked you all to kind of say something that's improved, because we'd love to hear everybody else, you know, kind of as a motivation front, but also to see like what everybody's found useful. I think a lot of time when I ask for feedback, it's the total opposite of things that you think you're gonna get, not as in like you've been shit, but as in
it's
like
only allowed to be good feedback, but it's
obviously
different to what we're expecting.
Yeah, so when she said like gym confidence, you know, Helen, when I met you, you know, I thought you had absolute amazing gym confidence. You rocked up to classes, smashing out deadlifts, like all of this, but it's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't realise the work people put in to get to that point. And I also think, going back to the men and ladies who have turned up to my new gym, that is so intimidating. Like coming to a brand new place where you have no idea, yes, you only know me and the others who maybe have turned up for things like Ladies Who Lift. It can be so intimidating, and
100%.
I think, actually on that term, I think Helen, you were the very first person who stepped through my doors and looked terrified. You were kind of like, where do I go? I don't know where to stand. Like, who do I talk to? Josie's in a session already. Like, what do I do? And then nicely Lindsay came in. You're supposed to sit outside. Following week, he's on the treadmills. Like, he came straight in, rocked on the treadmills, looked like he's owned the place, as he should. And that is gym confidence. Like, don't expect to feel confident straight away going into everything. Because I certainly don't for most things.
Yeah,
but
100% with that.
It's knowing that it's also not restricted.
Yeah.
And that you can build from that. Going back to the whole you've got new programs, you know, you might not feel confident at first. You use week one as a week of stripping back your weight, to have a practice of everything, then gradually building it up. But again, that's why you have programs. You don't have to think, and it helps with the confidence side, because
sometimes
we all know that loads of you are on similar type of programs, so everybody else is owning the gym, so why can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I get nervous walking into a gym that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going into train, you're like, oh, how does the squat rack work? Or where's the toilets and stuff? I think it just comes down to that, like, you don't want to look like an idiot, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
But we all do now and again. But I think, well, I sincerely hope that everybody... Sorry.
I'm a 5-foot PT. Have you seen me trying to grab the cables? So if you're worried about looking embarrassed, just watch me try bring
Josie
cables down.
Josie on the ski erg is one of the funniest things that I think I've ever seen. So going into any new environment, but I hope that what we've brought with our coaching and what we've given to people is that ability to walk into any gym, and it's like, well, yeah, you might need to find out where the loos are, but you're confident that you can rock up to the squat rack and stick whatever weight you need on to start your training and actually own that space. I think that's huge.
But also, if you don't, again, that is why we're here, you know, like, on the group chat, let us know. And if you want to be going to a Ladies Who Lift, just let me know and we can put you on, type of thing. Don't just kind of be on that screen and like fear, or instantly feel like you need to grab dumbbells and hide in a corner, because you're wasting your membership at the same time, for us and for you. You've got so much more in you that you shouldn't have to feel like you're not allowed. Is
Absolutely.
that the right word?
Yeah. No, I feel, I wouldn't say sad, but there's almost that element of, you see a lot of females particularly, and I'm going to say Snap, use that as an example because most people will know it, but they'll go upstairs to the very far corner of the function area and grab the smallest set of dumbbells to do some kind of exercise. And I mean, they're just wasting their time. And it's like, you know, we've not got much time to commit to training, so let's make sure that we max out what we're doing in the gym. But it also just speaks of that lack of confidence to say, no, I'm going to go and set myself up on the deadlift platform and I'm going to start chucking weights around because I know what I'm doing. And you know that you're going to get such better results from doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So giving the likes of Helen the confidence to say, yeah, I can go and do that. And I'm going to say 99% of the time, the people who do that actually train better than anybody else in the gym. All the blokes that you see mucking around with 700 different variations of a bicep curl.
And actually have 50 injuries, yeah. Ego lifting.
Waste of time.
You're future-proofing your health. This is what we keep saying to you. Like, think of all those movements, the deadlift, you're learning how to pick things up, essentially. You should be strong. You shouldn't have to not feel strong.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a...
Yeah, be confident in your ability. And
Same with the cardio. I had somebody recently, one of you ladies, say like they were too scared to try one of the conditioning sessions because they felt like they might look like a fool doing it. Again, have a look at my red face when I train. Like, I may be I may be on an athlete side. However, it doesn't mean like that is a good thing. You're pushing yourself, you know. Essentially, nobody actually cares when they're around you. I also think, a little bit of a side topic is, loads of people cringe at communities and don't want to be part of one. For a long time, I hated being part of a running group, but I kind of had to be competitive, and I hated it. But I also realised how much I needed it, and ended up loving it in the end, because you get to connect with other people who maybe have the same fears or same worries or whatever. This is why we push to go on the group chat, because you know what, if you're thinking it, I guarantee somebody else is as well. 100%. You know, somebody else is probably worried about something or not confused. How many times have you read the group chat and gone, oh, I'm glad somebody's put it in, oh, I'm glad, thing. And it's nice. So don't be scared. If you are, drop a message and we can put it on for you.
Absolutely.
If you feel like it, but literally zero judgment.
Yeah, well, I think it's important to say as well, because maybe our ladies don't appreciate this or know this, but we tend to work with very, very similar people.
Yeah.
All similar age, similar outcomes that they're looking for, similar lives.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not all the same, obviously, but being able to connect with each other and share your stories and what you find you're struggling with, but also then what you have done to overcome that. You know, me and Joe, at the end of the day, we can give all the help and advice and chat, but it is just me and Joe. We have different life experiences to, I'm sure, what some of you ladies have as well. So don't just feel that you need to be asking questions. By all means, volunteer that information, saying, look, I was struggling with this thing here. Here's what made it work for me. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you're getting it wrong, then me and Josie will correct you.
Like a huge thank you to Leanne. You know, Leanne, you have such a busy job, hectic lifestyle. No offense, but look at you showing off your work meals, how to get office healthy meals. You know, that's a massive thing, because so many people feel like they go away and they can't live a healthier lifestyle. But you're showing that you can.
Yeah, I look at Leanne's work meals and I go, they look better than
unreal.
My own meals.
I know, I think Lindsay put that, being like, that's unreal.
Absolutely amazing stuff, so yeah.
And also, you know, travelling back from London some days and then you then going out and getting your steps in, that's hard work. I don't realise how easy it is for me just to go and get my training sessions in, because essentially it's my job. For you guys, share how you do it, because I don't have kids in a farm, I haven't have a farm, but kids in a lifestyle type of thing. So yeah, any tips, let me know.
Absolutely. Right.
Let's call it there.
I reckon we should call it there. So yeah.
So recap for next week. Yeah. Any questions on efficiencies of the different training zones? We'll pop that in the group message.
Absolutely. But yeah, and then any other questions that you good people have, let us know.
Good. Enjoy getting your steps in.
We will speak to you very soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.